Hi traders, welcome to another weekly video overview. We are going to cover FX market, commodities and the indices in the next couple of minutes. But before we go, the first thing we need to look, of course, is our economic calendar, and we have a lot coming up. First of all, tomorrow Monday, guys, we have the PMI unemployment rate from the Europe, also definitely ISM from the US, all good. But Tuesday we have the RBA interest rates. That's definitely something to watch. After it, we have the ECB meeting that's going to last for 2 days with that market PMI from the US, ADP, and of course, like always, since this is the first Friday for October, like every month, the things that we are all going to watch is going to be the non-farm payroll on Friday from the US. So definitely we have a lot of things to watch. Now, let's get back to the charts and see. Okay, dollar index. We can see that dollar index finally managed to break this channel. We are seeing some push higher. Nothing impressive in my opinion, because we had the 3 days up but 2 days down. Like, we don't have any strong candle to tell us, okay, this is definitely going to be the change in the trend that we all want. So we must wait for the non-farm payroll for that. But for now, short term at least, we can expect to see recovery back to this zone over here, 94.64, 95.18, and if that push higher, probably 97.40, 97.78. Now definitely this zone over here is going to match the larger channel. So definitely we want to see either a push lower from there or a retest of the channel and then a push lower. Of course, we are going to see during the week what to expect, but for now the trend is bearish, so we should remain on that downside. Let's see the smaller time frame, like hourly chart. So maybe a support can be found around 92.68, 92.57, but the best way would be, of course, to use Fibonacci retracement from the bottom to the top. So 38.2 come around this demand zone. After that, 50 can be a nice support also, and the lower zone is a demand zone, but it would be too deep for a continuation higher, so I wouldn't watch it that much. So only 38.2 to 50%. Some sort of a flag formation would be ideal for the buying opportunities, at least that short term. That swing traders, of course, like we said, should remain bearish and look for the selling opportunities if opportunities appear, like the triangle or a new flag formation or a 7 swing move. So we'll see. After that, Euro USD, we can see a spike down. Of course, that spike down was normal because we had a nice head and shoulders formation at the top, so that spiked lower. Trend is up. Like from the start of the year, momentum is up, and while we hold above this lower channel line, I would remain bullish. Of course, short term bearish, but long term still bullish. Since if we start counting how much, however I count this, I can't count the complete cycle. So I'm still thinking that we are missing additional new high before we see a larger correction as the larger ABC, and we complete this cycle from the start of the year. Hourly time frame, again, I would do exactly the same thing. So just throwing the Fibonacci inverse, so this time from the top to the bottom, and looking for 38.2, 50%, 618, maybe even this higher zone, but I think that zone was tested already, so I wouldn't look for a short opportunities there. So for now, day traders can look for a long setups, but the swing traders should wait for a deeper pullback before they look for that long. Swiss franc is still not my favorite pair. I mean, for a long time, it's not my best friend, let's call it like that, because it's more or less sideways. We have a potential double bottom formation formed over here. So ideally, we should look for a further bullish momentum. I'm still waiting for a little bit more bullish movements and the breakout of this channel, but let's see, 97.71 breakout would push the dollar Swiss franc higher, at least to 1. The reason for that is because we don't have any zone below 1, so definitely I don't see why would anyone sell here, because we didn't have any pressure or any reason to create any supply or demand zone along the way. So definitely not a pair that I want to trade, but I'm going to look at least for a long setups if we see some flag formation or a triangle from the top formed. Definitely all fine. Pound dollar, let's see the pound dollar pound. Daily time frame, not impressive. We had some push lower, all cool, but we don't have any momentum. If we look from this point, from the 60-minute chart, we can see a double top, so we can see the reason for reversal. Definitely that short momentum should remain for the next few days, so definitely a bearish setups are more likely to happen. So if these turn to be a bearish triangle, but of course like a 5-like triangle, that would be ideal for looking for the short setup. But only a day trading opportunities, in my opinion, should be fine. So only day trading, nothing for swing traders right now. Aussie dollar moved nicely. Even this didn't move that great, but we had some momentum. We are getting away from the high, plus we know that we have the interest rate coming in at 2 days, so of course we can expect some sort of the movements during the week. Now, if we take a look here on the larger picture, we feel that equal X for a few points, so definitely it's fine. What I'm looking to see from the high is a 5-wave move like this, so 5-wave Elliott wave formation to confirm that we can see a further bearish move, and then looking to sell, but only when I see that 5 waves down, not before that, because right now from the high we can only see 1, 2 and third like incomplete, like larger 1, 2, then a smaller 1, 2, smaller 3, probably 4, incomplete, looking for 5 of the 3, so missing a lot of waves. But since momentum is pointed for a more bearish move, at least for now, selling is fine. Like day trading short opportunities, if you see the formation that would allow you to sell, fine. But if you are a swing trader and you look for something more to confirm, definitely waiting for a 5-3 setup would be ideal here. But 5 waves, guys. After that, Kiwi dollar also moved last week. Last 3 days wasn't that great, but we had a nice starting. Now from the larger point, I'm still looking at this as a potential ABC flag formation, and we know that for the flag formation we are usually targeting that equal X, so a simple zigzag here would be ideal, and we are going to look for that 70.08, or better to say 70 zone, before market push higher, and till 70, so till the equal we should be fine for day trading that short setups. Of course, guys, when I say a day trading short setup, what I really mean is looking on the smaller time frame for a decent formation that would allow you to go into the short opportunities. For example, if here we draw a Fibonacci and we see a nice ABC towards 38.2, 50%, so some sort of the flag formation again, a smaller flag would be ideal for us to go for the short opportunities. So all cool. Dollar CAD moving higher, not that impressive momentum, but we have a push higher, so waiting for this to break just to confirm, or a 5 waves from the bottom to confirm that we should see at least that ABC formation towards 128, 129. But before that, I'm on the standby, because if I look at the 60-minute time frame, I can find and squeeze some Elliott wave formation here, but we have a lot of choppy movements, so it's a lot of overlapping waves, so not momentum, what we expect from that impulsive formation. So definitely I would rather look for the Kiwi dollar or the Aussie dollar at this moment in time, because if we compare that Kiwi dollar move lower, compare it with the dollar CAD move higher, we can see much more overlapping movements here. So I would rather trade something that's moving compared to something that's, let's say, choppy. But if you want to trade it, wait for the breakout. After that, look for that some formation that would allow you to go long, and that's all cool. Dollar yen moving higher, definitely trying to prove to us that it's ready to reach the new highs. Is this really ready? Not sure, too early yet. We can see some sort of a 5A formation already from the bottom. Also, we have a nice divergence over here. So if you see a nice 3 move momentum lower, buying can be okay. So definitely you can squeeze a formation, like impulsive formation here. So looking for that larger ABC, either a zigzag or a flat, would be ideal. And we can look for the long around 38.2 or better 50%. So 50% is always ideal, especially since if we look at the daily time frame, this is what, this can either be a 1 or the A. So pullbacks in the wave 2 or B are usually 56.18, so a deeper pullback is better. So swing traders should wait for that larger ABC pullback and look to trade against that low over here. That's also your invalidation point at the moment. Euro yen, slightly different picture, because over here we've seen a nice spike lower, some pullback, and we should see a further push lower. We have a decent divergence, but definitely you know me that I'm not a big fan of just trading based on that divergence. That's what I like here. If we look the move from the high, we have 1, 2, a nice third leg, 4, 5. And then this is looking more like some sort of a complex correction in the wave 2 or B, doesn't really matter. But while we hold below 134.40, I'm fine with waiting for that 7 swing formation and then looking to trade the breakout play. But 7 swings, since for now we only have 5, and that's not a corrective move. At least not complete corrective move. Pound yen, after a nice spike higher, a nice break of the triangle, we stopped moving. Definitely seems that we are waiting the dollar yen to make that pullback and the euro yen before we continue to push higher. But while we hold this lower channel trend line, we should look for any ABC pullback to look for the long setups. Like selling, not ideal. We don't have a so strong momentum. Also, guys, watch for triangles because this pair gave a decent triangles in the last 30 days. So watch for that possibility also. Ocean reversing, not the ideal pair, at least not mine ideal pair. On the early time frame, we have that a 3-leg move, so it's more some sort of the flag, so some sort of a flag formation than continuation higher. But let's see. ABC. So equal X is close 87, 79, 87, 80, better to say. So definitely drawing a trend line and then buying after the breakout is fine. But what I would watch would be 168 or maybe slightly higher. Let's say 87. 87 can be that early warning that we are going to continue to push lower. So only look for that breakout after a nice momentum higher and while price hold above 87. Euro Aussie, in my opinion, we are building some sort of a triangle here. And everyone who watched my videos for a while know that we are trading this on the long side for a while. I still remain on that side. Maybe short term, I don't want to look for the buy like tomorrow right away. I really want to wait that data from the Australia in 2 days, and after that I want to see if we maybe see some flag move here and that or triangle that would allow me to buy. But definitely waiting the news and trading into the news would be much better than just trading right now, or better to say trade after the news, especially if you are new to trading. EuroCAD, let's see what to do here. EuroCAD, I wanted to see that ABC move toward the equal X. We are moving higher a little bit, but over here we have that ABC that more look like a bearish sign to see that 143. So let's see what's going to happen. We can see that we found the resistance around the supply zone from here, and we are moving lower. So wait for a 5-3 setup if you want to sell towards the 142.50, but only after a 5 waves here. So 5, 3, and then look for a further bearish move. But only at day traders, guys. Euro pound, nice move lower, look like a potential impulsive setup, like a nice 5 legs here. We have a divergence, so looking for a pullback and then short can be fine. But let's see. So draw a Fibonacci from top to the bottom. 50%, 90, 27, definitely come around 90. So that's what we are going to watch. Short term, what we want to see here is additional move to give us a 5 legs, and then we can easily call this a zigzag and wait for the 535 and then look for further bearish move lower. But overall, I wouldn't go long. Maybe as a day trader, if I see 5-3 here, I can go long against the lows over here, but I want to play safe. Definitely I would wait for a 3 waves higher into that 90 zone and then look for some bearish plays. Pound Swiss franc more or less the opposite, but I don't like it much, to be honest, so let's skip it for now. We are going to see what to do with this after a few days, since euro pound and the pound Swiss franc are just inverse one to another. So if we want to see a push higher here in the euro pound, definitely the only logical thing for us would be to look for a 3-wave move down here. Also, if you measure the 50%, it's going to come around the similar zone. So definitely this is the zone around 127, 127.50 is something to watch. But here I think if you look from this point, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, some sort of a consolidation. So it doesn't look motive, so it can be a zigzag, but this can be a potential double tree or some sort of a complex correction or triple tree, but it's too early for that today to know. So are going to recheck that later. After that, give me a second, guys. Okay, gold moving lower, since of course dollar index moved higher. Definitely pressure at the moment is on what side? At least on the downside for now. I think we're done for a year. Maybe I'm wrong, because this year was slightly different than other. It was a little bit more riskier to play gold. So I would rather stay aside, wait to reconfirm every formation I have. And since I can squeeze some 5-3 here, but selling is the better option. So a decent ABC like a zigzag can be fine to look for the short side. The same would apply for the silver, since we broke this channel. We are seeing a nice bearish momentum, so a pullback short is fine. Definitely not targeting the new lows in either silver or gold. So I don't want to see a new low, but at least a short-term play, let's say 1260 would be fine. Crude moving higher. What I want to see is a clear of this zone. So every break above 54 is going to be easy move to the 60 or even higher in the crude, but we're now remaining on that long side. Maybe if I look at that hourly time frame, a short-term play would probably suggest additional drop down, since we know that no correction can be ended in just a one leg. We must have at least 3 legs to complete a cycle, at least that pullback. So we want to see at least a one more drop down. But overall trend is up. Just throw a simple trend line like this. While we hold that trend line, buying if you see a decent setup is fine. S&P new highs. Again, we are ending the week at the new high. Now, if we just throw a Fibonacci retracement from the last move, we can see that we reached 127.2. So the next target should be 1618. Now, I wouldn't, let's say, if you are a swing trader, you're definitely staying aside, because you can't buy at the highs. You need to wait for the pullback. Wow, like if you waited here, buying here, fine. Even this, fine. Even this small pullback is fine, but buying here is a waste of time. Day traders can open a smaller time frame and wait for that bullish setups and trade that. Same story go for the Dow Jones. We are not at the highs, like a new highs, but we are close. So in any case, waiting for a deeper pullback and then looking for the long, but I think that the strategies for the indices are easy. Just waiting for that pullbacks, and but at least for now, because we all know that cycles can't last forever. Plus, we are always going to see some deeper pullbacks. But next this week, we should be fine with our long setups. DAX is not around the highs, at least. I mean, it is at the highs, but we are not at a new high, so we still have a little bit more room. And let's say if S&P reached 127.2, definitely I want to see the same thing in the Dow Jones. So we reached 127.2, so again 1618 that next target, but in the DAX we still didn't reach that 127.2, so definitely that's one of the levels I want to watch. That's 1320, so till there I want to look for a smaller pullbacks and look for the long setup, because definitely DAX is one of that instruments that can give a decent opportunities during the weeks. FTSE may be even the best, because on the daily chart we can see also that flag formation, but we never broke. So definitely from all three we have the same setups. So the same setup here, the same setup here, but over here we are at the beginning, so definitely FTSE should be probably the best option. Maybe I don't rate FTSE that much, but definitely looking on the smaller time frames for the long setups. Of course, long setups, while this hold, so 72 must hold entire time. If this break should give up, and of course, when I say buy or sell, doesn't mean that you should buy right away. You should wait for a setup that would allow you to go into your trade the safest way. So definitely, guys, as you see, we had a decent amount of trading events coming in the next 7 days. I'm going to update you on the charts and trades every single day, so definitely are always going to stay updated with what I think about the market. Of course, you should always check the market for yourself and make your own decision. So don't just buy or sell just because I said. I want you to know why you are doing that. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, everyone.